Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It is Slay and Shade time where we put on makeup and talk some shit. I don't want to say that this is a hate channel because it's not. I don't hate anybody except for Jamie Josta, the vocalist of Hatebreed. Don't like him. That's the whole other personal story. Anyway, if you are a fan of Thrift Thick, you may not want to watch this video, but I encourage you to because I'd love to hear some feedback from you guys. And yeah, so we're going to put on some makeup and I'm going to tell you why I do not like Thrift Thick at all. I'm going to call her Cassie from now on so I don't get all like tongue-tied. So far I have just foundation on, an eye primer, and I had set it. It takes me forever to do my foundation because I just pounce that shit for like 15 minutes. So I also use a new concealer and I'm kind of digging it. BH Cosmetics. This is going to be like a BH Cosmetics almost complete video because I got some new brushes in the mail yesterday. I got the pink set, and I got the silver set. Now this pink set actually came with, let me grab it here, this blush palette that I have not used yet. It is still in the package, so I'm really excited about that. So I'm also going to use the Huda Beauty Desert Dusk palette. This has been like, I'm using the shit out of this palette. Like, I absolutely adore it. Normally I would put my eyeshadow on first and then do my foundation, but this palette really doesn't have a lot of fallout, and to save some time because we'd be sitting here for 45 minutes if I did my foundation on here too, I just figured I'll just use this, pull this out, do my foundation so we can get that out of the way. Anyway, okay, let's talk about Cassie, aka Thrift Thick. So I came across her probably almost a year ago. And I'm going to go with the shade Eden. And I'm not sure what video it was because I'm pretty sure that it was a skincare review, maybe an item from Paula's Choice. I'm not really sure, but as soon as she came on, I was like, oh, because she has like a decent following, so I was like, wow, she doesn't look like all of these other beauty YouTubers, and she's just chilling on her floor and she's hanging out with like her cat, and that can be really appealing because it's like something different, not like the long fake ass nails and like all the bougie shit. It's just, she's just chilling, and I dug it. But after she stopped running her mouth and started to apply the product, like, she had these zits that were like oozing, and she's putting on like this skincare stuff and it's not even for her skin type, and she ends up giving it like a bad review anyway. There's like a lot of fragrance or something in it. I'm like, why would you even review something like this? Because it's not even for your skin type. So I kind of didn't understand that. Then I noticed her, like, her older videos she didn't do this, but in like her newer videos she would list ingredients. I'm like, girl, you are not Stephanie Nicole. Like, if you don't know how to pronounce an ingredient, don't. I get it. People are like, because Stephanie Nicole, made that kind of a thing to list all the ingredients, to talk about like how much, you're paying like per gram of like product and stuff. And that's cool. I skip by that shit because I really don't care. That's just me personally, but at least Stephanie Nicole like knows what she's talking about. She knows what the ingredients are. She knows what they do. And so if you were to ask Cassie this ingredient that you cannot pronounce, well, what about this ingredient is good or bad for this skin type or that skin type? She wouldn't know. She doesn't know what the combinations of ingredients will do to somebody's skin because she's not educated in that. So I just feel like, if you don't know what you're talking about, then shut your fucking mouth. But that's just me. That was something that I had noticed. Now, the thing that got me blocked, but started a conversation between us, was her video on, I have it here, this little guy, the Ordinary High Adherence Silicone Primer. This little guy right here. So she starts out this video and she's talking about how, you know, it's supposed to be so good and everybody's talking about it and yada, yada, yada. Okay, so I had already had this product for maybe a month before even seeing this review. So I knew all about it. So I'm like, oh, I can't wait to see what she's going to say. So before the application of it, she puts on a lot of moisturizer, like a heavy amount of moisturizer. Mind you, she already has super oily skin. So she puts on this moisturizer, doesn't even wait for it to dry down. Then she puts on the silicone primer, barely waits for that to dry, and then she starts pouncing on some foundation. I'm like, oh my God. So, like, not even by the end of her wear test, like, it's just all broken up. It's like smeared, her foundation, everything. So she gives the primer a bad review. I posted a comment on that video and I said, hey, there's these little booklets that come with all of the products that you get from The Ordinary. If she were to have opened this up at any point, it would have told her that not only is this a silicone-based makeup primer, but it also moisturizes and soothes the surface. Smooths the surface. So you don't, like, if you have oily skin, you don't even need to bother with a moisturizer. That's how I use it. I don't have oily skin. I have like normal sensitive skin, but it's just so moisturizing and it creates such a nice base that if you have oily skin, just skip out on your moisturizer and put it on. And so I mentioned that. I said, hey, this actually works really well for oily skin if you don't use a moisturizer first. That's all I said. She must not have liked that because it was deleted. So I added it again. I don't know if it's still on that video, but then I got sort of into this conversation with these girls that were like, I never heard of skipping moisturizer and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, but this is a lot of different things. You know what I mean? So in this case, if you have oily skin and you buy this and you don't like it, try to do it without the moisturizer. Some people were like, oh, cool. I'm going to be going into Amethyst here. This is like one of the best purples ever. Anyway, so I'm going to just use the same brush. So, maybe I need a smaller one. So when I saw that my comment had been removed, I had added it again because I was like, well, wait a second. Like, I didn't even say anything wrong. You know what I mean? I didn't say anything bad, like, whatsoever. So I'm a little nosy. So I went back, you know, and I read through some comments and I saw that she had left it up at least for like a little while. It was on there. I'm not sure if it's still up there, like I said. But that was the first problem I had with her because I'm like, well, wait a minute. You are reviewing, like in every video, you're reviewing stuff that one is not for your skin type. Why bother? Just so you can say, oh, this sucks and I wouldn't buy it. I mean, so things that she would not even apply correctly. Does she know why some moisturizers want you to rub in upward motions? She doesn't. So she does these things, but she won't tell you why because she doesn't know and she doesn't get it. Like, she doesn't know that she doesn't know. Because I think that she's very, although she's very fragile, I think she's very self-centered. I think that she's very self-absorbed. I think she's, wouldn't go as far as saying narcissistic, but I think that she's pretty arrogant. And I think that people like her because she looks relatable. You know, she doesn't look like everybody else and all that kind of shit. And she like talks about her cat and everything. Well, anyway, so improper application, using shit that she shouldn't be putting on her skin. Those were the first two things that I noticed. And deleting a harmless comment. So I started to watch more of her. I kind of like kept an eye out for her, you know. And I saw her continuing to use things like that are not good for her skin and continue to apply things the wrong way. And then I noticed she's a hoarder, which, you know, whatever. But then I noticed that she was like complaining about like going on these job interviews, and it sounded very entitled to me. Like she doesn't have like that much experience for the jobs that she was applying for, but then she felt like she was entitled to like more money, or, you know, it wasn't worth it for her. You know, there are some people out there that kill for a motherfucking job. So it came off really entitled, just really tone deaf, you know? So I'm not sure, you know, if she realizes that she comes off that way or not. But Petty Page did a video on her because if you've ever followed her or have been in one of Cassie's live streams, you know that she has moderators, and one of them said some pretty fucking racist shit. And Cassie felt like since it wasn't her that said the racist shit, it didn't matter. She shouldn't have to apologize. What? This is your live stream. This is a moderator, somebody that you trusted enough, that you are close enough to moderate your live streams. And I think she probably has somebody monitor like her Twitter and her comment section, because you will rarely find a bad comment on one of her videos. And you will, if you say anything about her, she's gonna block your ass. That's what happened to me. So anyway, so she didn't feel like, since she was the one that made these remarks, she's like, oh, well, that's the moderator's opinions, not mine. But that's not an apology. It was offensive and it was disgusting. And apparently it wasn't the first time that it had happened. So I was just kind of sick of her. So when Petty Page made that video, I was like, yes, girl, you know? And I shared it, and I added Cassie, and I said, I hate her. Now, hate is a very strong word, but that's what I said. And she had replied and said something along the lines of, oh, wow, you know, about the video, that she didn't know a video was being made about her. And she said to me, you know, I'm sorry that you feel that way. And I was like blunt with her. I said, you know, the only reason why I feel that way is because you don't know what you're talking about when it comes to ingredients. You don't know what you're talking about when it comes to things that should be or should not be okay for certain skin types, and you're not applying products properly, and you're using stuff that's just fucking up your skin. Like, ew, you know, I'm sorry, but that video when she was applying that shit on those pussing zits was just disgusting. I didn't say that. I just said, hey, you know, you're applying things incorrectly. And like when somebody will point that out, just saying, oh, hey, this will work this way, or hey, you should try this, you delete their comments. You know, it's like you don't want to hear it. You cannot even deal with, not even criticism, just like a normal suggestion. So she blocked me. So that's nice. So I was like, okay, I think she was the first one to block me. I think it was her, and then Laura Lee, and then Manny. Anyway, so she blocked me. I'm like, whatever. Once in a while, I would tune into like one of her videos just to see what was up. I would see, you know, people talking about how like during her live streams, people donate her money. For what? If you are not a YouTube creator, you may not know that a site called Social Blade exists where you can see how much money these people make. But trust me, this bitch does not need your money. You need your money more than she needs your money. I mean, how dare she? You know, I hate that shit. Oh, well, if you support me, or if you'd like to send me something, oh my God, like, get the fuck out of here, you know? How disgusting is that? So recently, she had posted, now, my last video was about Tarte Cosmetics. We all know what's going on with them. And she had posted, I mean, there's so many things that people are saying about the foundation shade range from Tarte Cosmetics for the Shape Tape foundation, that there's no way she didn't see some kind of tweet about it, something controversial. She had to have. So she goes and she posts, oh, I got the Tarte Shape Tape foundation and I cannot wait, you know, to try it, and I hope I love it just as much as the the concealer and all this shit, right? So my girl Spectator on Twitter like retweeted that and said like, this is so tone deaf, you know, of her, like she does not even know what's going on, and she got blocked. Another girl, like somebody had replied to a comment she made. She didn't even tweet at Thrift Thick. She got her ass blocked. That's the thing. And this is a problem, I think, in a lot of ways. I'm just trying to get this purple all smokied. This is a problem that I have with her doing that. Now, I have said some pretty mean things at some of like these beauty gurus, so I get why I was blocked by some of them. Her, I was just saying, hey, like, you know, if you're gonna do this stuff, you pretty much like educate yourself more on it. I'm not talking about ingredients and things. I'm not gonna go fucking research how, you know, a penny for this fucking amount of product and shit. No, that's boring to me, you know, and I'm not a makeup artist, so I'm not gonna sit here and tell you how to apply makeup. I just really like it. Some of you makeup people out there are probably like, oh, she's using the wrong brush, and oh my God. You know, I just like it. Who gives a fuck, right? I'm not pretending to be somebody that knows things. That's why I don't like her. That's another reason why I don't like her. And I don't like that she blocks these people because she's making it like her own little world. She cannot handle one suggestion. She can't handle any type of criticism at all. And she makes it so in her world, all she sees is positivity. All she sees are people licking her asshole. All she sees are people that love her. And she doesn't see any of the negative. That is delusional to me. That's what makes some of these people think that they're so much better than everybody else, or that they're just so ignorant to some things because they just don't get it. Because if somebody says something bad, oh, it's drama, they're a hater, you're just jealous. Girl looks like she smells like cat piss. Nobody's jealous over here. Sorry. I'm just saying that, you know, if all you see is positive stuff about you and you are not even willing to look or listen to anything that anybody's saying, I mean, even just trying to make you like aware of what's going on, like with the Tarte Shape Tape thing, like people are just like, hey, you know, you're not like, are you even going to mention the shade range? And, you know, for me, I figured that she would probably do that because she's ignorant. You know, she just is. And I feel like I don't know whether she is willfully ignorant on some topics because she's has that like white entitled thing. I don't feel like all white people are entitled, and I don't feel like white people should have white guilt or anything like that. I'm just saying what she comes across as is sort of like this entitled white like hipster bitch. You know what I mean? So I don't know if she just literally does not get it, or she just isn't paying attention to it. Like she does know, but she doesn't care kind of a thing. Like I just don't know what her deal is. But I think that it's gotten pretty ridiculous. And when I see that she has like, what, 255,000 subscribers or something, I'm like, what? Like who's watching this and being like, oh, she's awesome. She's awesome. You know, I mean, I just don't get it. I just don't. And I hate to say things that are, you know, kind of shitty like that. But I mean, this is just me sharing my opinion. This is just me talking. I just feel like she's kind of problematic in that way because she acts like she doesn't do anything wrong. And she cannot remain teachable when she was never teachable to begin with. That's somebody that you will like never get through. You know, sometimes you just have to sit there and reflect on yourself. Yes, there's trolls. Yes, there's haters. But when people are all saying the same thing, that you act entitled, that you're whining, that you're not using products properly, that you're using things that are not good for your skin, when you're being totally tone deaf to a serious situation because Tarte fucked up, you know, instead of blocking all of those people, maybe you should step back for like a week and just be like, you know what? I am pretty ignorant to some social issues, you know, some things are going on. And she may not be ignorant. She may know and just not give a fuck, you know? And just be like, hey, maybe I should change things up a bit. And that's another thing too. Like, you know, your channel can either die or it can grow, but it's boring. It's the same thing. She's sitting on her floor and her cat's on her bed and she's got her glasses on. She's like, hi, everybody, and blah, blah, blah. And it's just, it's the same thing all the time. I'm just saying, you know, spice it up a little bit. I mean, maybe she's like, well, it worked for me to get this far, so I just shouldn't even like bother with it. I don't know. But I just find it to be a little bit boring myself. I'm going to put some more of this shade Eden in here to get it like really orange and stuff. It is my birthday today. I'm going out for my birthday, I think. I'm like so old that I'm just like, my friends want to take, well, I have like 3 friends in real life and they wanted to take me out and they're like, yeah, we're going to leave around 10. So you're fucking crazy. I need to have my Vic Sav on, be watching the fucking Golden Girls at that time. No way. I want to be coming home at 10 o'clock is what I'm saying. Anyway, so that's what I'm getting ready for, by the way. I want to get out this here. I think I'm going to go into, I don't know, either Blood Moon or Turkish Delight. Retrograde is like really cool, but it has a lot of like different kind of colors in it. It has like even like little specks of like a taupe and stuff. It's very, very interesting. But I'm feeling Turkish Delight right now. So I'm going to just take it on my finger and pop that up on my lid. I kind of like how this looks with like the purple. I'm going to put a little more like cream like color in there with Desert Sand and Eden. Let me grab my mirror here. I just, you know, I just don't know what her deal is, I guess. And so if you like her, feel free to comment because I would love to know what your thoughts are on her. I mean, I'm telling, like, this is obviously all my opinion, except for the parts that are facts. Fact, she blocks everybody that says anything a little bit negative, that's a little bit like criticism, blocked. That is a fact. She uses products and not the right way, and products that are not for her skin type. That is a fact. Whether or not she smells like cat piss, I don't know. And I guess I should not have said that because I feel a little bit bad. And I was telling my girl, I was like, I cannot say that when I am doing my video. I know it's going to come out because I just sit here and rant. So it came out and I apologize. Okay, I'm just going to take this fluffy brush here. This is also a BH Cosmetics brush. It's just a single one. It's like a Studio Pro brush. I'm going to kind of drag a little bit of that Turkish Delight color down. Didn't really want that much. Got to get in here with this should work. I just want to blend and blend and blend. And I'll fix that up a little bit whenever I do my eyeliner and stuff. So this girl, I mean, she makes like $4,000 a month. At least, you know, that's like on like a shitty month, probably, you know. I'm going to go into the Becca and Chrissy Teigen palette. I'm going to use, this is a highlighter, I think, because it's like kind of peachy, and I'm going to put a little bit more peach up in there. I cannot get myself to take highlighter all around here. I mean, I guess I should, but I'm like, it's too much. It's too much. This is my favorite highlighting brush, like, ever. It is from AOA. I think the website is missspa.com or something like that. I'll include it in the description box because these brushes, I got a whole set of these brushes. There were 14 brushes for $12. They have single beauty sponges for $1 that are fantastic. Just amazing. So it's definitely worth checking out. These are my natural cheekbones, by the way. I just like to give them a little oomph. I'm not very into like contouring and bronzing like that much. I like to do a little down here though because I have a couple of chins. So I like to take care of that a little bit. So anyway, we're about to wrap this up. I just want to know what you guys think. What do you guys think about her? Is it just me that feels this way? Because I feel like, let me get this mirror out of here and gather these things. I just feel like she just isn't genuine. And she should be teachable and she should try to really open up, you know, to her fans and the people that are telling her, hey, you know, you're not getting it. Like, you're missing what's going on in reality here, you know? And that doesn't make you a hater. It doesn't make you a bad person, but she makes you feel like you are. Damn straight she does. Whew. I tell ya. Oh, I'm really into this Lash Paradise from L'Oreal. I kind of tried to switch to all vegan products. Not vegan, cruelty-free products. Well, and vegan as well. But I ran out of mascara and I saw Jeffree Star do a review on this. And I was like, oh, I think I like it. I can't wear false eyelashes because my eyes always get really irritated. Ooh, exciting. The lady that does my hair, she said she's getting in this brand new wax for your brows and your upper lip and everything that isn't just hypoallergenic and isn't just for sensitive skin, but it's also all natural. So she thinks that I'll be able to get my brows done and not have them be fucked. Like the skin here, all up in there will be red for almost a week. She thinks it's gonna work. So I'm super excited. So I want to pop open this blush palette here and see what's going on. But then I also really like the blush that's in like the Becca palette. I'm not too much of a blush gal either, but it's very nice out. Ooh, hoo, 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 hoo. All right. I think I'm going to do this shade here. That seems like it could be my shade. And I usually just do a little... Oh, Lord, that's a lot. I have to go over that with some powder. Jesus Christ. That was a little much. These brushes, like, pick up product so perfectly. And before I started fucking with BH Cosmetic brushes and, like, the AOA brushes and stuff, I did have a set of Morphe brushes. Real Techniques is really good, too. But it would take so much to have it pick up the amount of product I wanted and for it to stay on the fucking brush and distribute properly, that it was, like, craziness. So... I'm in between on lipsticks here. I got Mannequin that I really like, but then I also love this Nudist Peach from Wet n Wild. Oh, this stuff is so good. I think it kind of goes well with the Turkish Delight. I'm definitely going to fix this blush. Like, do not come for me. I will be fixing that for sure because I'm very peachy over here, as you can see. I'm glad that they're that, like, pigmented and stuff. I just wasn't expecting it. So I'll fix that up with a little bit of powder. So I think that is all. I hope you guys stayed around until the end. And seriously, I don't hate Cassie. I just don't get why everybody likes her. That's sort of my thing. And it isn't out of jealousy. I just feel like she really just doesn't know what she's doing. So I don't understand why people watch her. And I feel like I said, she is very entitled and just ignorant to things, you know? And I just feel like, you know, maybe she should not block everybody that has like one teensy tiny little thing to say about her. If you've been blocked by her, leave me a comment. If you love her, tell me why. And do follow me on Twitter for all sorts of little rants and stuff. Thank you guys for watching Slay&Shade. I hope you enjoyed it. And happy birthday to me. And hopefully I will see you guys in the comments section. Mwah. Love and hugs.